Two brothers, Zeta 40 and Zeta 42, the leaders of the Zetas Cartel, now known as Cartel del Noreste, are now in U.S. custody after being extradited. Tonight, our Yami Virgen shares how the brothers were found in Mexico and why their extradition is a message to all foreign drug traffickers. According to Javier Peña, the DEA agent whose life is depicted in the Netflix series Narcos.
They were the leaders behind the Zetas Cartel. Zeta 40, Miguel Ángel Treviño Morales.
He was the most sadistic cartel leader.
And his brother, Zeta 42, Alejandro Omar Treviño Morales. On Thursday, they were among the 29 alleged cartel members that were extradited by Mexico to the U.S.
The extradition of the Zeta cartel leaders, the brothers Morales Treviño, 40 and 42 were their Zeta nicknames. This is huge because these cartel leaders were the ones who initiated that violence, that massacre, that bloody murder of a lot of other people, and making an example. They try to wash away the bodies in acid. These two guys were the leaders of that.
Retired DEA agent Javier Peña, whose life was depicted in Netflix Narcos, was in charge of the Houston area of operation during this bloody period of time, just across the border.
This is great that they're finally going to end up serving justice in the United States.
The story of Zeta 40 and Zeta 42 is well known, but no one knows it as well as law enforcement and the confidential informants, or CIs, who helped get them behind bars.
I worked all the border from Laredo, Vivo Pass, Nuevo Laredo, Nuevo León, Tamaulipas.
This man, whom we will call Mario, wants his identity protected. He was an informant for local and federal agencies in their efforts to stop the drug trafficking that comes into the U.S. through Texas.
The way it happened was he was moving through what we call brechas, which are little dirt roads behind the main cities. And some of my people that were in Mexico at the time, because I would go in and out of Mexico myself, but I got an alert. We had a team here on the U.S. side that alerted a team in the Mexican side. And when we got the news where he was and where he was heading and that he didn't have a big group with him, is when the American side and the Mexican side acted with a helicopter and a small group of armed a special military ops team. And he was able to get picked up in a dirt road with none of his sicarios with him.
Zeta 42 was picked up a few years later, but Mario and others in the DEA say the brothers continued to call the shots from inside jails in Mexico.
They were giving me the insights on Z42 and the way he had gotten really sick. He's like, man, 42 got sick. He needs a kidney transplant. So what the orders are from way up above all the way down to the sicarios is we need to start testing guys, see if they're a kidney match so we can get their kidneys and put them on Z42.
Law enforcement in the U.S. and Mexico confirmed that Zeta 42 has liver disease. He's sitting in a prison now in the U.S. awaiting trial.
What it does, it hampers a cartel, an organization, especially like theirs, where they actually operate like a business or a military group, where they have higher ups and they have management groups, stuff like that. But in their case, even though they were in custody, it totally throws off the organization, because now they still exist and they're going to look for leaders, but it causes chaos within themselves. And especially right now, with Trump putting the amount of pressure on Mexico that he's doing, it's going to mobilize the Mexican army. It's going to mobilize on the Texas side. Right now, the cartel has been crippled. They're looking for leadership.
Peña, who's known for chasing down narco trafficker Pablo Escobar and joining the search for the alleged murderer of DEA agent Enrique Kiki Camarena, says the U.S. message is very clear.
You pay me now or pay me later. Sooner or later, your justice will be served.
Yami Virgen, Fox SA.